bay, keep at bay, keep
Oh,
at
you
bay,
ruined it. You
keep
ruined
at bay, keep at bay, keep at bay.
All right, that's how we're gonna. That's how we're starting.
Yes.
All right. Guess what? Golazo's back. That's a thing. I got with me. I decided I didn't want to host by myself, so I got Evan. I got friend LJ here, and we're just gonna try and do basically the same thing as Golazo was, but with more people, and not just me being an idiot in my room, having 3 people be idiots in the rooms instead. I think that's a way better plan. It's be a bit more of a podcast feel as well. So how you guys doing, lads?
I'm doing well, thank you, lad. How about Evan? Because he doesn't want to talk. I guess
Yeah,
he's
Evan.
camera shy.
I'm doing just fine. I just
You
want to tell first.
Yeah. I think we should probably briefly mention Mason Greenwood and just say fuck Mason Greenwood. All right, that's it for Mason Greenwood.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. That's all we need to say. Fuck him. Jesus Christ. Greco's going to ruin it already. It's already said some shit.
With the Mason Greenwood stuff, like, it's hard to see that happen to a player who had a ton of potential. And especially when his fan base is a bunch of, 14 to 18-year-olds. It doesn't send a good message out at all. And it sucks to see that, but like you said, F Mason Greenwood.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Hopefully he gets the punishment he deserves.
And no means no, kids. No means no.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Kids are the ones who need that information, LJ.
Let's move on.
Okay.
So, first thing, World Cup qualifier has been a very interesting time of, at least for the U.S. I think when does the U.S. next game? Is it tomorrow? Is it tomorrow against what was it? Fucking
Honduras.
Honduras? Oh Jesus Christ! I'm way behind. I saw the El Salvador game. Wasn't great, but
Canada was worse.
Oh, Canada was worse. Canada was 10 times worse. 10 times worse.
That's 90 minutes of my life I wish I could have back.
I was at work watching that game. Regret it. There's also no business whatsoever, but
You could have watched The Kingsman, and instead you watched USA lose to Canada 2-0.
I was at work. Can't watch a movie.
Yeah, I know. You work at a movie theater.
I can't go watch a movie. That's not how it works.
I think you should be able to watch at work as movies.
I have to go make sure the kids who work there don't do that. Then I'm going to go do it?
I don't know.
Yeah. If only they played there's this one player. He's from Medford. If only they played him a bit more, I think we'd be winning games. But
yeah, isn't his nickname like the Medford Messi?
Yeah. What's his name? Is it Paxton's? No.
It's Paxton's older brother.
Paxton's older brother.
Aiden,
Yeah,
one of those.
Braden Erickson, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Something
he's
like
pretty
that,
good. Pretty
yeah.
good. Should definitely play him.
Aiden is pretty wise.
I don't even think England didn't even have a fucking qualifier. It's been a weird international window. It's a fucking weird time right now.
A lot of Asian qualifiers this morning.
There wasn't there? That whole fucking the Kim back line.
Yeah.
Kim.
5. That's got to be the first time in a match where 5 players named Kim have posted a clean sheet.
Gotta be.
For one team, respectively.
Yeah.
Australia blew a 2-0 lead, if I remember that correctly. I know they gave up a late penalty to lose to Oman.
Bad.
So,
I forget they're in in Asia now, don't they?
There's not an Oceania one anymore. I think it's just Oceania and Asia.
No, it's Oceania. Australia's not in Oceania because they were winning by 40 every.
It was like basically, Australia didn't have a qualification.
They joined Asia, and New Zealand now wins by 20 instead of 40.
Wow, fair enough.
Not bad.
Yeah.
New Zealand's still pretty strong.
USA-Canada game, though, I still think that Canada will definitely place first. They'll qualify without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely their year, and the keeper with the sweatpants can F off. Whatever his name
I saw
is.
that. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
He's like 40 years old, too.
Yeah.
I don't even know his name. He's irrelevant.
Jesus
I still think...
He was good, though. He's the captain as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's it's either Borjan or Borjan. I don't want to fuck it up, but it's too late. Where's he playing? He plays for Red Star. I can't pronounce.
He plays for Red Star?
I can't pronounce the actual name. It's like with the C and the Z. I'm gonna butcher it and offend an entire country if I try. So I'm not gonna bother.
You can't offend Canadians.
He was the first time.
Yeah. I did see him referred to on the internet as Spongehead Sweatpants. So I do love that.
That's pretty good, actually.
Let's just use that from now on.
Yeah, Spongehead Sweatpants.
His angry Twitter rant about the U.S. soccer being scared to play them, despite Canada, and props to them because it's working. Their whole strategy is throw 11 men behind the ball and then counter very quickly.
Is that only they're playing when Alphonso Davies isn't there?
That's they're playing with Alphonso Davies.
Really? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
it's 10 men behind the ball minimum. I mean, Jonathan David's brilliant, but like
Yeah, he is. He's just not
they had
like
30-something% possession.
Oh yeah, they counter. They just fucking countered.
Yeah.
I mean, they're at
Hey, there's
halftime.
nothing wrong with
They only had one shot, and it was the goal. I
Yeah.
mean,
They had 2 goals. They had 2 goals as well.
Yeah,
and
by the
that
end.
second goal was good, but it's like the U.S. still shouldn't be letting that one up.
It came with 10 of the 11 U.S. players in the attacking half.
It was just a quick counter from the left back.
It is crazy to see the U.S. losing to a goal from someone who got rejected by Vancouver Whitecaps for not being good enough, but you know.
Yeah, it's actually very funny, actually. I didn't even think about that. Is he playing in the fucking, like, CPL right now?
I believe he's in Turkey.
Really?
For a mid-table Turkish club.
He's not
They have a
George
lot
Mihailovic.
of people in Turkey playing for Turkish teams right now for Canada. They got at least 3.
It's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
their entire Portuguese league, but yeah.
That's true, yeah.
I mean,
Where do you think the U.S. is going to rank up, though? Like, in CONCACAF, do you think they take that second, third spot?
That's tough.
Because
I'm looking ahead.
There's no way that they don't qualify.
They will.
They'll
mean,
qualify. It's
obviously,
just a matter of, like...
I said this 4.5 years ago, but like, you look at what they've got left. I mean, Honduras tomorrow. You're playing the only team mathematically eliminated. Of course, again, Trinidad and Tobago weren't eliminated, but that's not relevant. You've got Honduras at home in St. Paul, so -10 degrees.
Yeah.
Gotta kill them, get some momentum, and then you come back for the final window, and you start the final window at the Azteca.
Yeah.
Like, that's obviously, you can't guarantee us, you can't expect a point there.
No, definitely not.
And then you...
I mean, a point there is a win. I'm going to be honest with you. I said
A
that
point there's a win, but you can't
when the
expect...
Union played America, I said the same thing. Hey, a point there is a win, no matter what.
I said a point there was a 4-0 win, and losing by 1 was good enough.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to bank on these 3 tomorrow, and then the 6 next window.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like, like, finishing, I think, at Panama, not easy.
Panama made it to the World Cup last time.
Or it's either at Panama or at Costa Rica. It's those 2, and one's home, one's away. We finish away, so
those are tough teams. Very tough teams.
Go.
Go ahead, James. Go ahead, James.
I would say, like, especially with CONCACAF, I feel like it went from being like just the U.S. and Mexico to now fucking everyone is competitive now. Like, look at like when Panama I think went to the World Cup and like I think they almost beat England, or they got a goal and they put a challenge to England, a tournament England probably should have made to the final of. And then
what year did Costa Rica do very well?
That was also a group with England in as well. They beat England, I think, or they drew with England.
Costa Rica were phenomenal.
It's 2014, right? Yeah, I think that's what.
Yeah, it was 2014. I remember watching that.
Yeah, that was a.
I was younger, but I remember watching.
That was like
it.
Joel Campbell, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica. Puerto Rico never make it.
Wow.
Fuck. All right, that's it. I'm out.
You're trying to cancel them. It's been 8 minutes.
Just get out, Jim. Get out.
It's been only 8 minutes. I already messed up a country.
How is
Damn.
this less problematic than Mason Greenwood?
I don't know. Don't know.
We've jumped to a more problematic issue
Yeah,
somehow.
I can't remember the names of countries. Tell you the flag.
So-
Tell you the flag.
Exactly, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
So get off of
SBC.
James' case here, Evan, please. Get off of James' case. It's okay. We all mess up. But way too early. You know, it's 10-ish months away. Who is winning the World Cup? Like, who do we
Doing a
have?
better job at leading this whole thing than I am. Holy shit.
Like, who is definitely gonna, like, you're saying, I have my lock on them. I'm putting my bet on them. I'm going all in. Like, who do you have right now?
I mean, I don't know if I can give you a solid answer, but I can give you my couple of teams that are always going to be around there. I mean, France, of course. I know teams tend to do terribly. Like, teams always go out in the group stage the cycle after they win.
Yeah.
Like, the last 3 or 4 cycles. They are too good to not at least be a threat.
And they have Kimpembe.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm always going to say Belgium.
Belgium never make it. Belgium haven't been a force though in a while. They only finished they finished 3rd at the last World Cup because England didn't.
That's the thing with Belgium is they're never a huge force in the Euro or European qualifiers. I feel like they're always a good team, but they're never they're never really at the front. And then you see them in the World Cup, and they're always really, really strong. I mean, I know it took some really late goals last time, but they finished 3rd.
They did.
And and I believe the game with France in the semifinal was tight, if I remember.
It was close, yeah.
It was, yeah.
That's why I was like, that's why I think England just didn't fucking play anyone against them in the Euros. They just kind of sat there and just let it happen.
No, I agree. I mean, and then honestly, if I could see Portugal if they get in, of course, through the playoffs, with Ronaldo it being you got to imagine it's his last World Cup. I don't know.
There's been crazier things though. It's been crazier
I
things.
agree. I don't know if 5 years from now he's either playing or
Well, you only need 4 years. Only need 4.
Well, thinking 5 years from now. And then I guess the same thing. I guess the only non-European country I'd think of is Argentina. I mean, at Copa America, they looked so good, and they're a very young team outside of Messi.
They are.
So,
they're a very young team, but if you're going with the South American teams and you're looking at young teams, look at Brazil too. I mean, Neymar isn't like that old yet. But like you have
his form though. His form's always rough. He never goes into a World Cup 100%. Never.
You still have Vinicius, Rodrigo, Allison.
Oh, yeah.
You have solid players.
Bring Richarlison as well. Richarlison's been playing really well too.
I'm trying to get an Everton player into this.
I'm not gonna look. I'm just saying he's a good player.
What's next, Thiago Silva?
Look, don't diss Thiago Silva. He's also, I think, retired from international duty.
Yeah, and 90 years old.
Yeah,
36.
But I think my bet would probably go on Brazil. I think that they could definitely dance around some teams. They have a lot of young talent. But if I was going to go with the European team, I'm going France with the back-to-back.
Wow. No one mentioned England, though. Not a single mention of England.
Too much.
Look, all right.
They always bottle it.
Look, they didn't bottle it. They made it to the fucking finals of the Euros. Did they bottle it then? No.
I seen them in the last 4.
Yes.
They had a
1-0 lead in the third minute, Jam.
1-0 lead in the third minute. You got like the whole game.
I mean,
score back.
You're still bottled.
No, also, to be fair, I'm gonna say it, and Greco better not say anything. It's a 1-0 lead in the third minute against a team that is frankly stronger than they were going into that game. And if Greco says anything, I will mute him for 2 weeks.
It's also a Euro final on home turf. That's something to consider.
A lot of young kids haven't made it to tournaments before.
Yeah, and I think England's going to be a force for the next 2-3 cycles at least and they're always really going to be a force, but I mean, they've got so much talent, many great young players. I just can't see them getting over that final hump. I could see them getting to the semifinal again. They're not a World Cup team.
I see final, and if they lose in the final, then
see them at the final.
I see them making it to the final. I think the only reason why they might struggle is if there's a lot more players coming through now that are younger. Like, I mean, obviously there's those players from that Euro last year who are like going to be a bit older, more mature, but like, it's a bit of a weird time for that squad because it's like how it lines up. It's like players are either going to be like, this is like their World Cup to make a point, but then like the next one they're going to be all like 28. A lot of them.
I mean, yeah. And the one other team that I feel like I have to say something about is Germany, because I know last cycle was horrendous.
They were bad.
I mean, you've got to look at that team. I mean, Neuer's got one more cycle.
Yeah.
They've got some of the best players in the world at every position, and then you know how there's always that one young player who has that incredible tournament to break out.
It's always it feels like it's like 50% a German usually.
I guess Mbappe is kind of a cheap answer last time, but I'm thinking more James Rodriguez in 2014.
Yeah.
At Miami, 100%. He's been so good at Salzburg. He's going to go for, probably in the summer, he could go for an absurd amount of money to Bayern or whoever takes him, probably Bayern, knowing the German league. But I could totally see him having some absurd tournament at the front. And even if he's not the one doing it, you've still got, their attack is so strong.
Musiala as well. Very strong player.
I mean, Timo Werner.
He plays well in a German shirt. Always plays well in a German shirt.
Plays well in a German shirt.
If he's playing against
well, Kai Havertz plays all right in a Germany shirt.
Havertz. I mean, there's a reason they looked really good in the Euro. I know. Yeah. Obviously, they fell to the hosts, but they're a strong team, and they've got a really interesting mix of some really seasoned veterans who are in their last cycle and have done this and have been to the final, if not won it.
Yeah. So
mixed with some of the best young talent in the world. So
they always have that. Like their young player production is insane. They managed to get everyone like they keep that like strong team, and then like just like that 2014 team they had. What Goetze scored the winner was like just starting to be what everyone thought was going to be near like entering his like prime, ended up being his prime. You had like players like Andre Schurrle wasn't like a star, but he was a younger guy who was. Look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna back Andre Schurrle. I think he's not the best player in the world. Never was anywhere close to it. He would be like the fifth option on that Germany team now, as like in his position. Like he probably wouldn't make the squad anymore at his peak.
Is he retired now? Is he still
he
playing?
retired. He retired.
I feel like I saw he retired relatively young.
Yeah, he retired. I think he was playing in Russia when he retired. He just had injuries.
Mm-hmm.
But like
No, he had a decent
scores,
spell at Fulham,
scores,
though,
got assists.
towards the end of his career. He had a decent spell.
Yeah, he did. But I also think Spain aren't gonna win it, but I think they'll go far.
I could see this being kind of the like, oh shoot, Spain are back cycle, and then come the Euros 2 years later, 2024. I could see them as one of these 3-4 teams that I'm immediately referencing because again, really, really good mix of players that have been there before.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anyone's still there from 2010.
Busquets, maybe.
Maybe
Ramos still playing?
I don't think there's any
Ramos
major.
there, right?
Ramos is Ramos still playing for Spain?
Yes, I think
PK,
so.
PK as well.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
retired from international recently, or I'm making that up.
He
But
might, I don't know. Was
my
Jordi
point is,
Alba? Jordi Alba was.
you've got these veterans who, even if they weren't in the 2010 winning team, they played alongside many of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
You've got people that can handle the situation, a lot like Germany. And then, of course, you've got some of the best young talent in the world. Again, Spain
Yeah.
and Germany are going to be, I think they're going to be back to being probably 1 and 2 for a while, at least, I'd say 6-8 years from now.
Oh yeah.
And like you guys said, there's always that one young breakout player. I definitely feel like it could be like Pedri or an Ansu Fati.
Oh, absolutely.
Even Ferran Torres, never meant to
Like,
take off.
yeah.
Mhm.
If any of them play well, I could see Spain going far. I mean, that's your key center mid, and everybody's calling Pedri like the next Iniesta or the next Xavi.
He plays.
So
like
if they
him
can
as well,
prove at
it's
the
scary.
international level, he can definitely earn that.
Yeah.
Hey, if
Definitely.
he plays away at the international level, he earns that nickname.
Yeah, definitely. He's playing like it for Barcelona, he just needs to show it for Spain. We'll definitely see. What's the next thing for him?
Which I guess with the young guys, that transitions into the transfer talk, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited
Oh, yeah.
for that.
This is everyone's favorite time of year until the summer, but the January window is honestly the best window because everything's forced to be so quick.
You guys want to do international and then move into MLS and Union?
Should we
Yeah, let's do that.
Do we want to try and do I guess like try and cover as many of the bigger leagues as possible, like cover like our best like
If we can
top 5 from
cover,
each league.
cover like
Yeah.
top.
I see like
I guess
Prem.
like top 5 leagues. Go like Prem, Serie A, Liga, and Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Before we
Go
do
in that order.
Prem, I gotta give first of all a quick shout out. Bournemouth had the best transfer window of any team I can think of.
Oh, 100%.
Oh my-
They went off.
Bournemouth,
yeah.
Don't know
Bournemouth
how.
on deadline day alone had a better transfer window than most teams have had.
Didn't they get
Yeah,
2
better
players
than Arsenal
from
has in the past
Bournemouth
3 years.
or 2 players from Liverpool?
They got Nat Phillips on loan from Liverpool, who is a center back that will be the best center back in the championship.
Should be
by
in the
far.
Premier League.
He played 5 Champions League games last season and 2 this year, if I
Yeah.
have that right. Like you got a and kept phenomenal performances against AC Milan at the San Siro,
Oh, yeah.
and now he's playing for Bournemouth in the championship.
Like, it's weird. It's just weird.
Todd Cantwell, obviously not a great season so far, and the whole Narch thing is weird, but he's such a good young player. And
Did
with
he
the
go to
David-
Bournemouth? Did I miss that?
Yeah,
What the?
It was a deadline day.
How did I miss that? That's huge.
and I mean, obviously David Brooks it's unideal. I think from what I've read, he's doing really well still, but that left a huge gap for that kind of creative young player.
Oh yeah.
And they
Hopefully.
love a quick player on that wing. I'm assuming he'll play more attacking for them.
Yeah.
Signed
Did Nate?
keeper-
Where did Nico
Who-
Williams?
what the-
Nico Williams go? Was that?
I don't think he went
but
anywhere.
he was in the championship. I don't remember where he went.
He was already on loan somewhere, wasn't he?
I think he got withdrawn. Pull up the transfer page real quick.
That's the thing I saw. Bournemouth had a couple other
Where's he?
signings. Those were the big notable ones. I'll pull them up.
Neco Williams joined Fulham FC on loan.
Fulham. Okay.
Fulham.
Okay.
Right.
Damn.
And then the Liverpool deal with Fulham broke down at the last second, which was interesting.
Oh yeah. If what's his name?
Oh,
Was
I'm
it
gonna let him-
Carvalho? Fabio
yes.
Carvalho.
And what it looks like, from what I've heard, is he's just going to sign in the summer.
That's-
But
fair.
it was just kind of an agreement, and they just couldn't get the paperwork across. For Bournemouth as well, I was thinking Freddie Woodman. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
I was thinking he was just like they seem solid with Travers. He's been their young keeper forever, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
follow Bournemouth a little bit.
He was the replacement for I
Yeah.
think wasn't it when Ramsdale left? He was their replacement.
And Ramsdale, I guess, had a season there. And but I mean, I have to follow a team in the championship to make sure I'm keeping up to date. And who doesn't love Bournemouth? So, I mean, Freddie Woodman, I didn't believe this till I looked it up. His market value is 12 million US, so
He's
nearly 10. Like that's unreal for a career backup, but I mean, Bournemouth
He's still a young guy, I feel like.
Bournemouth, yeah, true, but I mean, I guess he was playing at Swansea a lot, but always on loan and whatnot. And I mean, they had 5 or 6 signings on deadline day alone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And they've still got Gary Cahill, which I always forget.
He's been good as well this year. I keep track of Gary Cahill. I used to hate Gary Cahill at Chelsea.
They
I
should
used
go
to
up
hate
along
him.
with Fulham.
I don't know why I used to hate Gary Cahill, but like now he's growing on me now that he's not there. I'm like go back and watch old clips. One thing that did surprise me, I just noticed. You guys remember Matty Longstaff when he was linked with United for like $50 million,
Yes.
$50 million pounds? He just went on loan to Mansfield.
Oh,
Wow. He's dropping so quickly.
saw the MAN abbreviation, but
Yeah, it's very
Whole thing, yeah.
surprising.
I mean, I saw a tweet forever ago that said the Longstaff brothers only exist when they're playing against United,
Yeah,
and it's one of my favorite things I've seen.
it feels like that's all it is because I feel like that's it. Always like, oh, we can get a move.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
for it. The one I think Barnsley barely signed anyone for some reason and only sold. At least Callum Styles is still there, but it's like, yeah, but I mean, like you guys are still in the Premier League and not in relegation spots.
Hey,
They only signed.
We sold our whole bench. We sold our whole bench pretty much.
A lot. Arsenal
and Aubameyang is gone too.
Like 16 players out on loan or something like that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So the Aubameyang transfer went down. It was like the 29th. He traveled to Spain.
He forced it through,
30th.
didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Get this. So the 30th, he claimed that it was just a family trip, and then Fabrizio Romano reported that all the transfer talks broke down, and then yesterday he posted on his Twitter, "Thank you, Arsenal," and that's when he signed for Barca.
On like, wasn't it a free as well? They just cut.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I think it was a free. Yeah.
I don't
Free.
blame him. I'm be honest. Been an awful influence in the locker room.
Oh yeah.
And Barca need attackers, so. It's not a
Barca
terrible
just need
thing.
anything, I guess, right
They've
now.
got a few. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad move for him. I think it'll benefit them more than De Jong and Braithwaite. So.
Oh, I forgot Braithwaite's still there.
Now you've got Adama
was a Suarez
Traore
replacement.
Barca as well.
Yeah.
What was that?
On loan, Adama Traore. So they've now got the Middlesbrough.
They do have a Domitrary, yeah.
They've got Middlesbrough's championship strike force from a couple years back.
Was it Dama? I thought Dama
2018.
left.
He was at Borough with
Wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I only know that because I used him on FIFA 17 or 18.
He was crazy. He used to be one of those guys that you'd buy him on FIFA and they'd always be good. Like on 16 or 15, whatever it was.
cheap hero.
Oh yeah.
Solely because he had like 98 pace.
His potential used to be ridiculous as well. Oh god. You know, one thing I do think we need to mention, at least while we get into the Prem, any moves that were shocking to you guys within the Premier League? Any big ones that you surprised by?
I mean, Luis Diaz to Liverpool, not even as a Liverpool fan, I've thought he was brilliant for a year and a half, 2 years now. He's been so good at Porto. And then in the summer, in August, right before deadline day, it looked like he was gone to Everton. That fell through at the last second. He was linked with Tottenham now in this window for 28 of the 31 days. And all of a sudden, Liverpool come in and get one of the most underrated wingers in the world. It's not even that he's a young talent anymore. He's just proven he can do it in a top 6 league. And he can be the player of the season in a top league. And now he's joining already one of the best attacks in the world.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, where does he play? Because you already have at least 4 of the best attackers in the league.
Mane wants out, so
is that
he's probably
official?
I think it's.
I know I've seen it rumored for ages, but I don't know if that's actually.
I think it's gonna eventually happen.
I think he'll leave eventually, but
I think it's gonna be this summer.
Yeah,
To be honest.
That's fair.
And it looks like even though the Salah thing, even though he still hasn't re-signed because they can't agree on the terms, like at a certain point, the closer and closer we get to the summer, they're just going to give him the money he wants.
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't, it'll be one of the worst mistakes anyone's ever made. And the club will be sold and it will be a disaster. Like they'll eventually fork over that money.
Oh yeah, it's just like they have to.
Now you've got a player that can develop under two of the best wingers in the world, while still ideally coming off the bench, if not kind of playing that role Jota did for a while, where he was coming in late in games and getting cup minutes. And I mean, it's what they wanted Minamino to follow and do. And
Jota though, he's class.
He's going to be replacing Firmino, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved him.
Yeah, Jota is going to take Firmino's long-term spot in the next year or two, I think, if he hasn't already.
Jota, I what you were saying, LJ. I remember when he went to Atletico, didn't he? And he was like, he was a good player at Atletico, but like didn't get game time just because of who was ahead of him. And then
he went to Wolves.
I think he went to Porto before Wolves. I think
it was Porto and then Wolves. I know,
he was
class at Porto.
Wolves, he was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I had, again, bringing up the FIFA card, like, it was just one of those cheap beasts you would just buy on your career mode.
Oh, yeah.
And even when he was at Wolves or Porto, like, it was so cheap, just get him. And, you know, you were in the Champions League and he was your top scorer.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be fine. Liverpool are fine. Like, whoever they sign, they're going to be okay. They just need to keep, it's honestly keeping those people healthy. Just keeping them healthy.
Keep Salah, and, I mean, Salah, across the last year, across the last 18 months, he's been the best player in the world, far and away, with the only person...
Best player in the world.
The only person holding a candle the last year to year and a half has been Lewandowski. Messi and Ronaldo have been brilliant, but, like, as always...
Not even Erling Haaland.
Haaland's been great, but you can't tell me Haaland's been...
I have Salah as well.
You would say Salah's best player in the world as well.
The last...
I mean,
I'm not saying long term, but
it hurts me to say because I'm Polish and you know Lewandowski and all that. But I think Salah has
the last 12 months.
In the last 12 months, you can't deny it's been Salah.
Salah's been a mile ahead of anyone else in the world.
Lewandowski is class, and Salah just always gets robbed. He never gets like any acknowledgement that he should be getting at all.
Yeah, I mean, he's breaking record after record after record, and he's still sticking to the wing for 89 minutes a game.
Yeah, he's incredibly impressive. He plays his position very well, and he does actually.
Like, yeah, he's the whole, like, most goals as a winger thing being 3 times that, like, doesn't even matter. I mean, Liverpool solved this. Like, they've been the first team I can think of that's, I mean, been at one point in the stretch the best team in the world without an out-and-out striker. Because, I mean, very few teams could win the Champions League with Firmino as their 9. And Firmino dropped back and played as a 10 half the time with 2 in front of him. Like,
well, I mean, that's how a false 9's supposed to play, Evan.
Exactly, but false 9s are something I feel like you never see anymore. They're really one of the only teams.
Don't just the false 9.
I'm okay with it. It's just... I mean, how many top Champions League winning teams do you see running a false 9? It's impressive. And I'm not saying that with bias. It's been so fun to watch.
Didn't Chelsea start Kai Havertz at the false 9 in the Champions League final?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, but I'm thinking
Didn't Messi famously play the false 9 for like 4 years at Barcelona under Pep?
Messi is so much more than a false 9, though.
Yeah. But like, he's a better false 9 than Firmino ever was.
Does he line up in the middle of the field? Sure, but. I mean,
does he pretend to be a number 9, but he's not? Sure.
Messi, you are putting on the ball, and you are giving the ball to his feet at any point in the attacking third, if not the middle third. And he's creating. He's on the wing 1 second, he's on the other the next second. A true out-and-out striker who's kind of converted into this central midfielder half of the game. He's a number 9 who's got 4 or 5 people in front of him.
Yeah.
Half the time. Like, my whole point with that is, they've kind of revolutionized how you need to attack at the top level. You can just have these really good wingers come and kind of do all the work. And not taking it away from Firmino, but it's really nice to see a team that has utilized wingers better than anyone I can think of sign one of the most promising wingers in the world.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
I think my most surprising inner Premier League move is Ali to Everton.
And Van de Beek.
Van de Beek as well was very surprising.
I didn't see either of those happening.
How much was Ali? Ali was like, what, 40 million?
Was that much?
It was
like 40 million. Yeah. It's like up to 40 million on like, it's in pounds as well. So it's a lot.
And I knew Van de Beek was going to go somewhere. I just didn't think it was going to be within the Prem.
I thought he was gonna go to Newcastle, personally.
I was thinking he was going to try to go back to Ajax for a loan spell.
They just brought in Hatterin, whatever. The guy they sold,
Yeah, I know
the
you're
guy
talking
PSV sold like a couple
Yes.
years ago. Went to sold to
Yeah.
Juventus, and then he went back to Ajax this summer, spring.
But I
Whatever
was
the fuck it is.
surprised about Ali. I thought he would have stayed at Tottenham. I didn't think he would actually leave.
He's not been playing. That's the thing. That's why I was like, it was surprising that he went to Everton. That's the surprising part. I think it's like it wasn't surprising he
Yeah.
moved. It was surprising that he went to where he went.
I mean, you'd think after losing Digne, they'd go after some sort of like class left back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
think
But,
I
instead, but they've always struggled in the middle of the park. They signed Rodriguez, who was good for 6 games
He
last
left.
year, and then just dipped. Like
yeah.
they've always had trouble in that midfield area, which is a good improvement with Van de
Yeah.
Beek and Ali. But you need to strengthen your back line too.
It's the beauty of the winter transfer window. The winter transfer window is for teams at the bottom to sign that player or players who are going to keep them up. For teams at the top to sign those players or player who is going to get them Champions League, who is going to win them the title, etc.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The winter transfer window is all about kind of finding that one missing piece you need for the second half of the season.
Yeah, or
And
like multiple sometimes.
to see this many crazy moves, it's really interesting. It's definitely different than a transfer window I've seen before. I mean,
It is.
and then you've got a lot of these moves who are like teams of interest in this player, this player, this player, and then in the summer is when you start to see these big name players going for lots and lots of money.
Yeah.
I just was
Apparently,
shocked that-
Mbappe said he's agreed in principle to go to Madrid in the summer. Will that happen?
So I don't know.
People have been saying him to Madrid for how many years now?
Since he was at
Since he was
Monaco.
in Monaco? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
It was
Same
just
way, like-
shocking though, because like you brought up your point, like it's the window where teams want to bring in that improvement. They want to get the players going to help keep them up, and they went for the midfield and not that weak spot in their left back that they just lost. Probably one of the best left backs in the Premier League,
Absolutely.
in my opinion. I think he's definitely a top 3 left back.
Not even that. They
Oh,
went
no,
for two. They went for 2 attacking midfielders.
Exactly.
I mean, it's also you keep in mind you've got a new manager coming in,
I forget
so
Frank's there.
to get two
Yeah.
quality players.
He got
I mean,
more.
He's
He got
taken
more
over
money to spend
Oh, yeah.
in 2 days than Tuchel got.
Yeah, I mean he's taken over a dumpster fire, but Van de Beek on loan. I'm assuming there's an option to buy on that. There
I would
There
assume
has
so,
to be.
yeah.
There has to be.
You've got Dele Alli, who I mean, regardless of the price tag, is a low risk investment because odds are, like, if he can return to any fraction of what he looked like he could be at Tottenham, you've got a
Yeah.
really quality midfielder who fills in that gap you really haven't been able to fill. I mean, you've got their best midfielder this season's been what, Damari Gray?
Or Andros
dropping
Townsend.
back.
Don't just Demaria Gray. He's class. He's
Damari Gray's
great.
good, but he's not like for a team
You've
that
got
should
a
be challenging for
non-
Europa League. He's not.
non-midfielder. You've got like a winger midfielder kind of tucking in, and
He scored
They
a class
can't-
goal
they-
against Arsenal though.
oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
they can't put the ball in the net. They can't defend well enough to have that be their problem, and ultimately, you've got 2 very, very low risk players who are coming off really bad situations where you've got 6 months ish to be kind of what turns their career around, and you've got a great deal and great midfielders to build
Yeah.
forward, to move forward with rather, and build around. Or, oh well, Van de Beek goes back, Dele Alli's not a ton of money in the long run, and you go from there and you give Lampard
40
the
million's a
summer.
lot. 40 million's
It
a
is.
lot for a guy you basically signed for 2 seasons, though. Like he's
Yes,
only on a
but
2.5 year deal. He's
Yeah.
not going to be there for long.
A player who at one point looked like he was going to be worth double that.
The player at one point
And-
looked like he was going to be England's best player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's proved he can absolutely do it in the Prem.
Yeah,
Now,
he just needs the team to
he's
be
going to
given
have
to
a
him.
little bit more freedom in the middle there, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would say if I'm Everton, I have no regrets about paying the 40 million. If it
Well,
doesn't
he hasn't
work
played
out,
yet. He hasn't even been given a squad number yet. You can't be saying you have no
No.
regrets yet.
I agree. But I think of it a lot as like, I'll get into the Kranza loan later, I'm sure, for a minute or two. It's a
We got
lot
time.
of like, it's not a ton of money if it pans out. If it doesn't pan out, rather. Of course, it's more than you'd like to lose, but he's still going to get minutes for you.
He is, yeah.
And then if it does work out, you look like geniuses.
Yeah.
So that's all I've got on the Prem, I think.
Yeah, you good there, LJ?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, I would say my most surprising one, I would probably have said Digne is pretty surprising. But but
I knew he was gone.
I knew he was gone. I just didn't expect him to go to Villa. I think.
Yeah.
How'd we forget
Villa
Coutinho?
Because that was 3 weeks ago.
But it's still a surprising move, though, isn't it?
Have we said anything that wasn't deadline day yet?
He went to Barca. He won the league in Spain. He went to Munich and did the same again. He's great. He's great. It's a great signing for them.
It's a very good signing. He scored on his debut, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yep. Goal and assist.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Ali. You know, if it doesn't work out, it's low risk, and
Very
if it
low
does work out, they look like geniuses.
That's true.
Yeah, and keep in mind, you've got Steven Gerrard as his manager.
And he's
So-
friends with Steven Gerrard, so he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, you've got players who worked really well together in the middle. Of course, they overlapped. Like they didn't overlap their primes, but I mean, Coutinho developed as a midfielder at Liverpool. Of course, he was already class when he was there, but he was kind of continuing to get. He was getting to that really, really, really good level as Gerrard was kind of still running. He was the captain, but let's be honest, under Brendan Rodgers, that 1 or 2 years before he retired, Gerrard was the manager.
Yeah,
Brendan Rodgers was less a manager than Gerrard was at that club.
Definitely.
It's the Liverpool fan in me, the one who like grew up watching those Brendan Rodgers era games. I'm smiling ear to ear.
That's good. It's always nice. Hopefully Coutinho doesn't fuck up and get injured or hurt himself or do something dumb playing for Villa because
Now
he has
he's
to
going
cover more ground.
Well,
He
no,
did have to go through.
saying
He
that.
went to the Bayern Gymnasium, wherever the hell they have over there. That just makes him jacked, so he's probably okay.
you guys know the stories with his kits, the Coutinho Bayern kits.
I did not.
Oh, it's brilliant. So when he comes on loan from Barca, it's like I believe he comes on loan like August, right at the end of August, deadline day ish.
Yeah.
So they mass produced the Adidas kits for that season. Mass produced them. At least the home kit. I don't know if this was true for the rest. Philippe Coutinho
Evan's
for
frozen.
at least 6 months wore the Coutinho authentic home shirts from the Bayern Munich shop.
They weren't even player issue. They were the authentic ones.
They were
that
the authentic ones you could buy in the Bayern store at the stadium. They took the entire rack, they put him in his locker.
Because he couldn't sell them?
No, because Adidas had already given them like 6 months worth of jerseys, and he had signed last second.
Jesus Christ.
Supposedly, like they couldn't. Oh, I remember why. Because Coutinho wears a youth size. That's why. That's why they couldn't get more.
There's no way that man wears a youth size jersey.
There's no way.
He's
How tall
very.
is he?
He's like 5'3".
He's not 5'3". Phil Coutinho.
But
5'8", Evan.
okay, well
He's
he wore a youth
5'8".
size.
You're telling.
Maybe
Look at the man.
Bayern-
Look at the man he was when he was at Bayern Munich. The guy who looked jacked, right, by the end. And you're telling me he wore a children's size shirt?
I mean, I
There's
saw
no-
this on the
there's
internet.
no
You know it
shot.
has to be true. But
Well, yeah,
like,
okay, yeah. You know what? Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
See, you have to say that first.
there was the rumor all over the place that like he was wearing the Bayern like youth extra large home kits with Coutinho on the back. in
It's
the
just
store.
like a man small. Thank you, Taco.
Maybe he likes his kits tight. I don't know.
What was that, Evan?
Maybe he likes his kits a little bit tight. I don't know.
I mean, if you're working out in the gym like he was, you might as well.
I mean, this will shock you, but you all know Corey Burke and how like he's big and he's taller. You know, he has bigger muscles and everything.
Yeah.
He wears an adult
Yeah.
medium. That's what size I wear.
He's like 6'1" or 6'2" as well, though,
There's
isn't
no
he?
way he fits this.
I wear a large.
He fits an adult medium. I have his kit.
Oh, way to flex that. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I
And
have his
moving
kit.
on.
And moving on from LJ's humble brag.
I think this is our segue into the.
I would say, do we want to
union.
talk about any of the other leagues at all? Or are we just gonna?
We covered Alba. We covered most of them.
Yeah, fair enough.
I
All
think
right.
Premier League's the one
anything we
most
can go.
people want to hear about anyway.
Yeah, Dennis Zakaria to Juventus is a good move. That's all I'm gonna say. And then onto the most important transfers of the entire
Let's just do it. The
entire
elephant in the
window.
room.
Kai Wagner is still here. That's all. Kai Wagner's still
Everton-
here. Montero's
Everton,
still
if you're
here.
watching this, if Frank Lampard is watching this, do not steal Kai from us. I know you need a left back, but don't
Lampard,
steal
look,
Kai.
listen, Frank. All right, I know you're watching.
Brentford wanted him on deadline day. Brentford were in for him
Evan,
yesterday.
stop ruining my bit. Let me finish this, please. Frank, if you're listening, if you come near Kai Wagner, I will take out your ankles. I'll like Tanya Harding your fucking knees. Just take
As
you out.
punishment, we'll make him Chelsea manager again.
Oh fuck! No, that's a punishment for me. Bring him back to Derby. That's worse.
Wayne Rooney's doing a great job there. don't
Exactly.
worry. He's doing a phenomenal job. I know we
Exactly.
could
Yeah.
give him
It's a punishment for Frank.
let's just deal with the elephant in the room for all Union fans.
Oh yeah.
I know what
So
they
Taco just said 2 studs up too. Yeah, 100%.
So Mikel Uwa for 2.6 million on a DP deal.
How do you say that again?
Uwa.
Uwa?
It's
Where's the
Uwa.
R from?
It's like Uwa. The R is very, very. There's not like a way to translate the Danish pronunciation
Into English.
to English.
Okay.
So there's an R, but it's like so slight you can't hear it. This is all what I've gotten off Twitter the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
And that's how I just learned how to say it from Google Translate and every other translate thing I put his name into. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
But I've been saying it as Uwa.
Yeah, I've been saying Uwa too. There's like no R there, so.
Yeah.
That's fair.
He can definitely help us if he wants to like watch this and then like send us a video back.
Yeah, we can get him on the next episode.
Yeah,
He wants to,
absolutely.
like, tell us how to pronounce
He's gonna
his
replace
last
Evan,
name.
but look, I mean, I'm sorry. We can have a fourth person. We can just do a fourth person, couldn't we?
Yeah, we already talk over each other enough. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
Oh god.
But DP striker, it's what we've asked for.
For years since
And
the
we've
club
got
was
one and a
founded.
half of them. Yep.
Oh,
I
God.
mean, I went on Todd's The Free Kick podcast, not to plug anyone else's here, but he did a great job all off season with getting fans on, and we talked about this because it was right after the Carranza move. Carranza.
Carranza.
Yeah.
I hope I'm right. I
Just saying
committed to
Julian. Julian, whatever his name is.
Julian.
Julian.
Yeah, probably. Enough of that, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what I was getting towards earlier. With like, that is genius because you've just signed a $6 million striker.
On
I mean,
loan.
that's with your club record transfer out.
Yeah.
You've brought him in for a second-round draft pick.
And I'll
Yeah,
load
you brought him in for a second round draft pick, and he's on loan with an option to buy, which is considerably
Yeah.
cheaper than what we
So,
spent, what they spent.
Exactly. If he is nothing this season, if he is classic Union striker,
Yeah.
which translates to fucking dreadful for anyone who's not familiar.
Yeah.
Don't
100%.
disrespect
We
Davo
lost
like
a
that.
second-round
Don't
draft
disrespect Davo like
Yeah,
that.
Evan, take that back. Davo was played one game, he was class.
Davo played one game, he was class. Take that back.
Take it back,
Did
Evan.
Did Davo make concerningly long eye contact with you and smile? I don't think so. So,
What?
oh yeah, the what's it called? The Cincinnati game. I got like a stare. I was the only one yelling his name, so keep
Not
on
the
him
only
up
one that
there.
knew who he was.
Yeah, but
Probably, yeah.
Other Union fans, but
whole
Player
point
players.
of that is, I mean, you've got, if this doesn't work out, you've lost a second round draft pick, which, oh no, we've lost down on our ability to pass an additional time. And if it works out, you've got a $6 million striker, first of all, for a whole season, basically free, and the option to buy him for something around $3 million, I would assume.
that's not bad at all.
That'd be pretty good. That's more than we spent on a...
Wow.
That's
Wow.
the lowest imaginable. That's practically a free transfer.
Yeah.
And so, really,
Is it-
there's no complaints there.
It is. We do have the option to buy, right? Like, that is a confirmed
We do.
thing? Like,
That-
they
that-
can't
that
just,
was
like, say
confirmed.
no after
Yes,
the window?
absolutely.
Okay.
And that would be roughly the UA fee. Who, I mean, you've just brought in a, correct me if I'm wrong, 1.5-time Golden Boot winner.
Yeah, he was leading when he left, yeah.
Golden
So
Boot last season was destroying that tally this season. Had 11 through 16, I believe.
So if you want to hear this stat, right? Kacper Shabilko, who was just sold to Chicago, right?
Yep.
37 games and 12 goals in 2021.
Mhm.
Mikel Uwa in the
Is that all
2021
comps, by the way?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
No, all comps would be 18 goals.
Or it'd be 18, but that's MLS. My bad, Jam.
Yeah, you're good. I just want to clarify.
Yeah.
A little over
Mikel-
40 and 18.
Okay.
So Mikel Uwa, in 16 games just in the league, had 11. So in half the amount of league games, had just about as many goals.
He's a better player already.
So
I
I
mean,
mean, Union fans, take that how you want.
You've got a striker who had interest from all over Europe.
He's linked to the championship at least. I know that.
Exactly. He scored in the Aronson Champions League playoff game to get into the Champions League against Salzburg, where they lost. Aronson scored the winner in the 90th minute.
Yeah.
The goal for Brøndby in that game. I don't know if I'm pronouncing Brøndby wrong. I'm sorry if I am.
That's why I've always said it.
I don't know
So.
what
Yeah.
splashes through the Ojo. But you've got a player who scored there. You've got a player who scored against Lyon in the Europa League group
By the way,
stage.
that's a class goal. I don't know if you guys have watched it, but it's a class goal. It's a great run to the back post followed by a great ball, and it's just a simple tap in, but the run leading up to it was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I've had conversations on Twitter with a bunch of people, including like Brøndby fans, through Translate and through English, and I mean they credit him with the entirety of their trophy last season. Yes, I forgot the word English.
Having a breakdown.
I forgot the word English existed. It happens to the best of us.
Jesus Christ. How do you forget the word English exists? How? You speak it every day, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. How do we know? How do we know you're not speaking Danish in your house, Evan? How do we know?
Yeah, and allegedly I'm not allowed near playgrounds, but you know.
Yeah, you know.
Oh my god.
We stopped with Mason Greenwood ages ago, right? We don't. We when we were talking about Everton, we didn't mention Gylfi once. We can't bring that in, Evan.
We didn't talk about Adam Johnson either, so don't bring that up.
We talked about. Did we talk about City without mentioning Mendy as well?
No. We didn't talk anything. We didn't talk.
We don't have to mention him. I was more trying. I wasn't sure if we mentioned City at all. Anyways, Evan not being allowed near playgrounds. Do you want to continue from there?
Yeah, if they said something about the lack of shaving, it just made the kids. I don't know. Moving on. So that wasn't
We're
gonna ignore Evan for a minute. We're
It
gonna
wasn't
just
even meant to
ignore
be a
Evan.
dig at Jake, but if it got taken as that, I'm good with it.
What the fuck, Evan? You
We're
were upset.
just gonna move on from that. Can we move on from that, please, please? We're leaving that in, by the way.
Someone
Right?
just wrote, "Oh Lord, y'all." Yeah, sorry.
Can you please keep that in? Good.
Yeah.
So with the UR thing, I'm just gonna say UR since there's an R in there. Make people happy,
Right.
just in case we pronounce it wrong the first time.
Yeah, well,
Anyway,
I'm sticking with the
looking at-
original. I'm gonna die on this one.
Like talking over me again.
He's the worst at that.
I know. Anyway, with like watching highlights and other stuff, like just goals, everything, he likes to celebrate with the fans.
Yeah, he does. It's great.
I'm glad. I like a player that respects the fans. You know what I mean? And I think, him and Stu will definitely be good friends. Seems like
Are
their
we shipping
personalities
Union
match.
players now?
Yes, we are. Who said we couldn't?
Speaking of, have you seen the Stuart Finley and Jack Elliott wedding photo?
That's a
Yes,
class
it's
photo.
great.
Phenomenal. It made me so. It got me through the rest of the off season, preseason in 36 hours. So
That's true. It's true.
new kit probably tomorrow.
Oh,
from what I've seen.
fuck, yeah.
Which we've all
saw
seen it at this
tomorrow,
point.
and
But
We know what
I
the
don't
kid
know
looks
what-
like.
we all know what it looks like, right?
yeah,
You
Just
pull
from,
up, like,
can we just get an inside
we pull up a
source here?
picture of
LJ, is
Yeah.
that the kit?
It is essentially the kit. I
No,
cannot
that's
confirm.
not essential. I don't want essentially. Is it the kit?
it's the kit, but it's gold, not peach, from what I've
It's
heard.
gold, but not the peach.
Okay.
So what
Peach
Is it
what-
metallic
what-
though?
It most likely is. I bet you it was the lighting of it
Well,
made it
well,
reflect
yeah.
like a peach color. Because if you look at Evan's kit right with the 3 Adidas stripes, depending on what lighting you're in, it can
Yeah.
look as
Yeah,
peach, not
absolutely.
gold.
It looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
peach, with
So-
like a dark setting. Yeah,
So it could have depended on whatever that source
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
and that's the
saw.
headline.
Anyway,
So we knew it was
with
correct.
the kit, I heard it could be anywhere in 24 hours to a week
I
when
mean,
it's released.
they start preseason.
When's our first
in-
preseason? Yeah,
Thursday.
36 hours.
it'll be tomorrow.
It is.
It's tomorrow.
First preseason game last year. They every year they tend to release it right before the first preseason game. They usually wear the new kit in the first preseason game, from
Yeah.
the record. If they're wearing real kits and not shiny kits, they tend to wear the new kit. Last year they debuted the Lightning kit in the first preseason game.
I also heard from another inside source that there is an announcement sometime within the next 7 to 9 days.
An
I
announcement?
don't know what. It could be a player. It could be something else. That's just
It's
what I've heard.
probably one of the 2 or 3 players we've seen either for U2 or really all for U2.
Fucking Bono
And,
signed?
yeah,
No one's gonna get
I-
that.
I don't know.
Okay, Evan got it.
No
Good.
one's
Yes,
gonna get that. Because they downloaded it onto our iPhones.
they did.
too.
Everyone had to listen to you too. Yeah.
I mean, I was still talking. That was great.
Look, sorry. Look, I had a
don't know
joke.
if
I
you
had to
guys
say
saw
it.
I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, but there was that 17-year-old Venezuelan
Yes.
they were looking at.
Yes. Yeah.
And apparently, because he's not a homegrown, we can't announce until he's 18, which would be February 9th.
Weird. Okay.
I like it.
So that might be what it is. I'm not 100% sure, but that was from Twitter and other sources I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
So St. Taco's made a bold prediction for what the MLS Cup final is. You guys want to hear it real quick?
I would love to.
Who
It's,
is this?
Nat. This is the Cremosa's captain.
I've seen it.
He's pretty cool.
You've seen the.
I
You've seen.
can absolutely see that.
I could see it happening. Only issue. Are they Western Conference now?
Nashville is the West now.
They are. Ooh, they're 2 strong teams.
Charlotte into the East, whose Charlotte's roster looks incredible.
They do. No Riley McCree, though. No Riley McCree.
Club legend.
Club legend.
But it's ultimately, I think it's going to be really interesting because every single time we see a new expansion team come in, Austin, or really anyone else, but Austin, especially last season, proving it again, they are just dreadful.
Yeah.
And Charlotte has a roster better. Charlotte's entering the league with a roster better than anyone I've seen coming into the league.
Yeah.
Out of maybe Atlanta, but Atlanta we didn't even know was that good at the time. And
Atlanta was one of those teams where it's like they changed the whole game.
Exactly.
On expansion teams, and how they did it was just kind of just being smart.
LAFC kind of went along with that same system a year later. But Charlotte, like, obviously they lack kind of that, like, not even MLS experience, but like there's something about this league. It just never clicks right away. Managers, players, whatever it might be. But I could definitely see them being in the playoffs as a new team, which is impressive in its own right.
It is.
I don't have time to get into all of this, but St. Louis next season are going to be phenomenal.
You won't have time.
St. Louis has built already a foundation stronger than most clubs in terms of their academy and their
it's a very strong city for soccer.
They've already got a manager picked out who's class, and as much as I hate to call an old Red Bull assistant class, like they are ready to start now, and they don't have a team yet. They
signed one guy today, didn't they? They signed a Bosnian international.
Bosnian guy today.
Yeah, it's a very strong signing.
But
I guess that goes into like the predictions, like you said on the sheet. Because I only have it up right now.
I made an outline. But
yeah, we've been referencing it the entire time, just so everybody knows.
Can I just say one thing before we get to that? One transfer we forgot to mention is that Leipzig loaning Kenyon Clark back to Red Bull New York just to prove that he's crap and will never make it in Europe.
Of course, Greco.
That's for Greco. Fuck Kenyon Clark, he's shit.
The other one we should announce for Ant is the Jermaine Defoe back to Sunderland.
Oh yeah, Jermaine Defoe back to Sunderland.
Brought that up?
Did you?
No, not here. In the Discord.
But the Discord's not here. This is
Jermaine Defoe to Sunderland is
huge move.
Oh, I love
huge.
It. And $1 from each ticket they sold, £1 rather, from each ticket they sell for his welcome back match is going to the Bradley Lowry Foundation.
That's awesome.
That's great.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's really nice to see him get, and he's got the number 10. One last thing for.
I mean, it's his last dance. I
mean,
it's great. And
remember his time in Toronto?
Oh yeah, remember that free kick where he was like he was acting like me in pro clubs?
Yes.
And then the other guy scored it.
Except if he was really acting like you, he would have, booted you.
Oh, I would have just taken it anyways.
And he never would have let you back in the club.
Yeah.
Well, no. I'm saying if I'm Jermaine Defoe, I'm just taking it. You're Jermaine Defoe.
Yeah. Shocked there wasn't Jermaine Defoe FC branching off the next week, but
no, definitely surprised not. I definitely surprised they didn't just leave and make his own team in a different division that then cost the other team's existence.
Maybe not the joke I just made, but what?
I'm just gonna get bounced on top of it. It's yes and Evan. Yes and. And Taco says Sunderland Championship next season probably.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they did get smacked 6-0 the weekend. But
them and Barnsley will swap. Barnsley's becoming a yo-yo club between League One and the Championship.
This may be the first time in my life I've agreed to a statement that a team that lost 6-0 48 hours ago will go up. Yeah,
I know. But like they're just good. Like they have the players. They just need to actually play.
Yeah.
And Jermaine Defoe will get goals. He always does. The only place he hasn't got goals is like Bournemouth and Rangers, which is his last two clubs. He scored Bournemouth.
He had a few at Bournemouth, and he was solid at Rangers for a little bit. Yeah. He wasn't their first choice, though.
Yeah, definitely wasn't. But yeah, LJ, want to get on that bold predictions? You want to start that one off? Any bold predictions for the entire year of 2022 when it comes to the football world?
Oh, well, I had one that wasn't in the football world, but we don't have to go over that.
Well, no, okay, now you got to say it. Now you have to say it. You just brought it out there. What is it?
I said World War III would start.
Oh, that's a cheerful one. Okay.
He said 2022, not February.
Yeah, come on. You got to get past February before.
Exactly.
That's not a bold prediction. That's a fact.
Yeah.
All right, I said Arsenal will get European football.
Okay.
I think it's definitely doable.
Not too cool.
It might just be the Conference League. Or
Conference League.
Okay. You're not specifying Europa. You're specifying just any.
So to correct you there, Arsenal will finish in the top half.
Yes.
Arsenal will play a friendly against a French team in the preseason. Is that what you're saying?
think it's technically a friendly against like a third division Norwegian side if it's the conference league, but yeah.
Yes, what Evan said.
Yeah.
I said the Union will win the MLS Cup as a second seed.
Ooh, okay. I like that. I like that.
That was bolder, yeah.
And I said Bedoya will retire an MLS Cup champ and automatically in the Ring of Honor.
Okay.
If we win, yeah.
If we win,
If we win
yes,
it.
yeah.
He's automatically in it. Like there's like no hesitation. They just put him in
Like
it.
they have it ready to go once the trophy's lifted.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I think my boldest is Mbappe to Madrid in the summer for 257 million. I was very specific.
That's pretty bold on the fact that his contract's running out.
Two quick comments on that one. One, it's free because his contract's running out. So, 0 mil.
Okay, fine. Well, if you want me to change it, I can make it Holland.
Did you just say my boldest prediction and then proceed to read word for word a Fabrizio Romano tweet from 24 hours ago? Really?
Do you want to see my notes?
No, I'm good with you.
Is it there?
Yeah, I mean you probably can't see.
Yeah,
it,
I guess. Yeah,
it's there.
I see it. I do think I think he does move. I don't know if it's for a
I think
fee.
he's within 300 mil of the total. I think I've got to head out in a moment, but my predictions, which are slightly less bold, I'd like to say, are although City still win the league, the Premier League race finishes a lot closer than people expect.
Okay.
I think either Liverpool or Chelsea, probably Liverpool, will pick up steam, and make it close.
It's not
make
going
it
to be Chelsea.
I think City are going to hold on comfortably, but I think it's going to be interesting.
I think City win the league. Yeah.
MLS, since that's where I spend 98% of my time, soccer wise, I don't think the Union win the cup, but I think they go very far. I think they're roughly where they were this season. Honestly, it's hard to make bold predictions because
it's early.
I'll say Philadelphia Union win the Shield.
Okay.
I think they might disappoint in the playoffs again.
I can go even bolder with my Union one.
I think they'll win I think they win the Shield. I think they get to mark a successful season. They'll need Champions League, whether that's Open Cup, which is not a great season if they win the Open Cup and don't make the playoffs. But they win the Open Cup, they win the Shield, they win the MLS Cup, they finish second in the Shield rankings. One of those four. I believe we have one more normal year of Champions League before it becomes 18 more teams.
I think so. Yeah.
There's also League Cup this year.
Do we have Leagues Cup?
Yeah.
Oh God.
We should.
Remember, I believe we can get Champions League if we finish top 3 in Leagues Cup or something.
Okay.
With the new format, something like that.
By the way,
I do
have
to leave.
more bold Union ones.
So
just saying.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let LJ finish it off because I
haven't even made mine. I haven't even said any.
Sorry.
Look, all right, real quick, LJ, before I go. Agree with Taco Chelsea win the Club World Cup. Evan just left us. Evan just left.
You know what? This is better because now no one can talk.
Yeah, exactly. My other prediction, I think Chelsea win the Club World Cup. I agree with Taco. I think Ure, whatever fuck, however you say it. I think he finishes MLS top boot, golden boot scorer, winner, whatever the hell it is.
Jim.
Yes.
He has 17 goals in
7. You went for 17 specifically.
17.
Man, you're gonna be pissed when he gets 18.
I know. I said he has 17 goals. Miro would have 12 assists.
Okay.
And Blake would have 11 shutouts.
Okay, that's fair.
I think those are pretty fair numbers.
I think so. My next one, it's more of a personal one. My bold prediction now is that we will get Leon Flock on this episode once. We'll get Leon Flock on a Golazo once.
If we could get Leon Flock, Stu Finley, or Matt Freeze on this once, it is the funniest Golazo, and it will be our best Golazo. I'm just saying.
It's the best one. Yeah. That or any professional player of any sort. Okay, well, hang on. Let's specify. Mine is 3 of them. But
I think we mentioned 3 of them.
We've mentioned the 3 that we don't want at least once this episode. But I would like a Union player on this at one point. That's it.
I think our other bold prediction should be that we get a Union player for CPCL season, whatever we're on.
We'll be on 5 soon.
So if we can get one Union player to play at least 2 games in CPCL.
If we can get one Union player at least to play with the Kingsmen, I'll be happy.
And it can't be a former player. I want a current player.
Well, yeah, I don't think we're gonna. I think we can get McGlynn. I think McGlynn's our best hope.
I mean, he's class too.
He's good at FIFA. I know he is. Yeah.
He beat Tim, didn't he?
He beat Tim in the final, yeah. I think he beat Ski, too.
He beat Ski in the semis. It would have
Yeah.
been the Tim and Ski
It
final.
would have been, yeah. Damn. But yeah, anything you want to close on here, LJ? It's been a good first episode, I think. Good first episode back.
I think it was a great first episode back, and I know if Ski's watching, he'll appreciate it. Angolo, Kate.
Well, we start with that song, we end with it.
Kate, Angolo, Kate.
Oh, boy.
Kate, Angolo, Kate.
You just want to keep going until I cut it?
You can cut it now.
I'm going to cut it now. All right. Thank you for watching GOLAZO.